got a D1 Mini here. It's a ESP8266, and also have a 16:2 LCD. Had a request from somebody to basically do a video on doing MicroPython with a I2C 16:2 display. So gonna start this one off by loading MicroPython on the D1 Mini. So it originally it's set up, you can basically like put Arduino code on it, but I used Python in my work and love using Python, so I'm going to get MicroPython loaded on this. I've also used CircuitPython a lot, which CircuitPython is basically Adafruit's version. Kind of interesting that they have a I don't know, Adafruit's done a lot of really awesome stuff, I think, for the maker community, kind of making it easily accessible. Like, they've got all these different CircuitPython boards. They've got written a ton of libraries, so they've definitely like added on to the community a lot and the project. But yeah, so MicroPython, and then its offshoot CircuitPython can basically run on these boards, which is awesome because you essentially have a little Wi-Fi enabled computer. I have another one that I built over here that basically it's a web server, and you can turn some LEDs on and off. Kind of cool. But so what we're going to do with this, first I'm going to get MicroPython loaded up on this. So I had on my blog, I posted basically some how I got this loaded on here. So I'm going to switch over to that. So yeah, these ESP32 has a little more power, but the ESP8266 is a fairly decent little thing. It's not going to do a huge amount, but it works pretty well. So I'm going to open some of these links here. So I just put some different links in here. This is a page basically about this. So some of the tools that are needed. So you do pip install ESP tool. So I think I already have that installed. Yeah. I've run this before on another one, my other Wemos Mini. The cool thing with these Wemos is you can basically pick them up on eBay for under $5, and you have a Wi-Fi little setup. So pretty slick, easy to use. So this has the info about getting about the D1. Let's see here, quick references. So basically, what I need to download first, I need to get the firmware for it, which is also in this blog post. So pull this MicroPython. So basically, even though this is the Wemos D1 Mini, the firmware it uses just the ESP8266. So we'll get, let's see, we got some releases and nightly builds. Now we'll go risky here and take the nightly build. So this is the one from the 20th, which here on the west coast of North America, it's the 19th. So this must be maybe in Zulu time. All right, so download that. So I have that file there. Okay, so to flash this, what we're going to do, actually now I'm going to have to go find the information on flashing this. So we'll use this ESP tool. I think our port name, I checked this earlier, I think it was COM3, so I'm just going to go with that one. So I'll plug in my board here. And I already wired this thing up, so that's why that's on. But, alright. So first thing I'm going to do here, go find my code for doing this. So installing MicroPython. So there's a fair number of different documents for doing this, but so we need a board with the ESP8266 chip. So we're going to power it up. Firmware, deploying the firmware. So ESP tool. We're going to first do this. So I'm going to copy this. I'll edit this. I'm running Windows, so this is going to be COM3. And go. Boom. There we go. Done. Alright, so we're going to deploy the new firmware. And I need to change the port. Yep, I will have to change the port. Alright. Do that. Set that to COM3. I'm going to leave the baud rate as is. Flash size detect. Alright, this is on my download. Let's see here. Okay, downloads, and then I saved this as ESP. Yeah. Alright, boom, there we go. Alright, so writing it, and we'll see, last time I got errors partway through, which I have a hub that I was running off of a USB hub, so I moved it closer to the computer, plugged it directly into my PC, and that worked fine. So, alright. This is now rebooting. So, if everything went as planned, open up MicroPyCraft here, we'll go to the serial, open up, connect to COM3. No. Alright. So I'm going to reset this thing. We'll see if that does anything with this. Resetting. Okay, so that should be good. Alright. Looks like there's some other settings here. Okay, so this is the enter programming mode, so I don't know if I need to do that. Okay. If you have a board that has USB serial converter and has a DTR, depends on what special way. The deploying the firmware should be easy, as all steps can be done automatically. Boards that have features such as this include the Adafruit Feather Huzza and Node MCU, which I think this is a Node MCU board, if I recall. If you don't have such a board, you need to keep GPIO 0 pulled to ground and reset the device by pulling the reset pin to ground and releasing it again to enter programming mode. Okay, I'm going to say this is probably okay. Don't know if I needed this. I think at one point I did try this, because this actually has a burn firmware option built in, so I think you might. I think you can use this. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I may have done this with the other board. So this actually might be the easiest way to do it, is just use the MicroPyCraft, and then you can just burn it direct. So it looks like it erases it and then burns it. Alright, let's see if this comes back. And this is what I was looking for, so I think we have a ripple. S plus 2 equals 3. Boom, we have a ripple. Alright, so that's the, we are connected. Alright, and then I can also see here I've got device, and if I open the boot file, there it is. Alright. Okay, so now that I am connected, the next thing I would like to do is see if I can get something to display on the screen. So yeah, this is basically just went through how to get the D1 Mini, which is an ESP8266 board, how to get that loaded with MicroPython. So downloaded the latest version of MicroPython. You can use the pip tools, or what I would recommend is actually just using MicroPyCraft. If you have that, and then you can just flash it directly from that. There are other ways of doing this too. There's other standalone flashing tools, but I think this is probably the most straightforward way. So you can basically just go to burn firmware in the tools, and it lets you say, I say I've got an ESP8266 board. Yes, I want to erase the flash. There's my COM. I can say user file. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like maybe they have something built in. I would use this, and you can download the latest. You choose the file, and so I flashed today's firmware on there. So that's how I would do that. So at this point, we have a working MicroPython board, and in the next video, I will get something to display on the 16:2 I2C screen. So until next time, thanks everybody for watching.